Starting off fast. Ah, of course he's not looking. Damn. I was trying to go straight. Anyway, damn, messed up my whole momentum. What's up, everybody? You already know who it is. Target individual CJBK. I just finished my last delivery. And for those who may be curious, this is actually the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. This is the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. It doesn't look like much but a prison, but as you can see, Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Anyway, hold on, let me turn my music down a little bit. So far, I think they're like, I don't know where their mindset is at now. You know, the gang stalkers and the handlers. I don't know where their mindsets are at now. But for the most part, they definitely, like I could say over the last 2 years or so, they've definitely changed how they target me, or if they changed how they target me, they've been increasing the intensity behind the frequencies. They've been attacking different parts of the body. So before they used to try to like really like hone in on like 1 to 3 specific spots, but now I don't know, they're getting to a point where I think because I've been using what they consider, or what Western science and medicine would consider emotional energy. I've been using my emotional energy like my life depended on it. Literally, like my life depended on it. And for those of you who probably have not been looking at some of the things I've mentioned, emotional energy is basically considered the energy that is manifested based on how you feel, your emotions. Your emotions themselves are energy. But when you allow your body to, when you allow your mind and your spirit to basically resonate with certain emotions, you actually draw on like power or energy. You actually draw on the energy that can be created through that emotion. So peace and love are like, I think, 2 of the most strongest emotions that you can actually manifest within yourself. And then also peace and love, and I mean genuine peace and love, those are the type of powers, I would say, or emotional powers that literally can probably, influence someone enough to not kill themselves, or influence someone enough to not want to kill somebody else. Those are the type of emotions, just naming 2, that basically manifest a lot of high vibrational energy, a lot of healing energy. So yeah, they've been focusing on a lot more electronic tactics, because they've been trying to use they've been using the verbal V2K repetitive tactics for a while. But then after a while, you gotta kind of internalize it inside yourself that, hey, no matter what they say and no matter what they do, as long as I continue to remember that I myself can only control what I think, what I say, and what I do. So we can't control other people's perception, because people's perceptions are being, dictated for them. People's perceptions are being molded for them. Most people who probably don't have the, let's say, the patience or the energy to want to actually pause and look for the truth in something, they're just gonna go ahead and eat up what's given to them. They're what you call, what is it? I don't want to call them sheep. Sheep is so overused, but it's like the people that just basically accept everything that's told to them, or hell, if they don't even like try to like there are certain things in this world that you should say no to, no matter what it is, no matter who's threatening you. There are certain things that you should be able to, that you should say no to. And a lot of people that's in this gang stalking thing, this secret society thing, they gave in because they don't realize how much power they actually have. Like I am full blown sold on the fact that we are so much more powerful than the flesh that we're in. Because remember, we are powered and governed by the energy that's flowing through us. And the energy that's flowing through us is the very same energy that's flowing all throughout the universe, right? We have the ability to manifest whatever we want as long as we put our mind and our spirit into it. We have to be able to separate ourselves from the flesh in order to be able to really try to harness and draw, from universal energies that can help heal us and protect us. Now, I'm not saying that I've learned how to block all frequencies or block all, photons, or block all, electrons or whatever from being able to cause harm to my body. No, I'm not saying that. But I am saying I am learning just the smidget of how much energy potential is really in, meditation, qigong exercise, anything that deals with spiritual awakening, anything that deals with using natural minerals and herbs to help revitalize the mind, body, and spirit. I'm all for that. I believe that if we were to actually improve on our abilities to control our emotional energy, as they would call, for many, I think for most Christians, you may consider this as the Spirit of God, or the Holy Spirit. I believe that's like another name for emotional energy, because I think when you are operating on a very high emotional energy, love, peace, happiness, joy, things like that, those, not to say that God don't have anger and stuff as well, because God created everything. But what God would want us to be is living on the most highest of frequencies that we possibly can be on, because we weren't intended to be the violent species that we are. We weren't intended to be like the animals of the animal kingdom. We were intended to be, more intelligent, more loving, and, cooperative with one another. That's what we were intended for. But of course, when, if you study about the fallen angels, the Anunnaki, which is basically another name for the fallen angels, you'll see that we were corrupted into this. We were corrupted into this. And I've come to also understand there's a reason why some humans should not know about certain things, because one, it's like this: would you give a monkey a gun who's never been taught how to use a gun? Even better, would you give someone who has a tendency to always be what I would call emotionally charged or make erratic decisions, that could usually be highly detrimental not just to themselves but to others, and give that person a position of power where they pretty much can manipulate or control another person's life? It's like, when you really think about it, I don't know what the elites have in store for this. Maybe the elites literally are like working like freaking ShadowCon or all these like bad guy groups in the cartoons and stuff. Maybe it's literally like, during the daytime they're walking around in Dockers and suits and stuff, smiling, and got their sunglasses and whatnot, making themselves look all cool and everything. But then when you really look at it, at night, they are out here doing the most sick and weirdest and twisted things. I'm telling you. Look, man. And then on top of that, they're literally they're convincing people who have already been oppressed to just go ahead and just like do what they're doing, but worse. It's like they're like, they're basically telling people, if you want to live like us, if you want to live anything like us, you want to be able to do this, you want to have this, you want the car, you want a house, you want all these things, you gotta do what we tell you to do. And if you don't do what we tell you to do, we're just going to make your life even harder than what you're doing now. My girl behind me. Let me talk to y'all later. I'll be back. Yeah, so, right, I forgot where I was at. But yeah, man, so they out here, like, they've been doing this stuff for decades, centuries. But we all know that, through various periods in time, humanity, no matter who, if God did not choose you to survive whatever the event is that is about to take place, people are going to be removed. If you are not providing good creative healing energy into the universe and into this earth, and you're not doing anything to actually help I guess what's the words I'm looking for, if you're not actually making anyone else's life better, or you're not doing anything remotely, humanitarian or caring towards the earth, you're going to be removed. It's pretty. I don't even really know, because I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna go ahead and just skip that part. But what I have been dealing with lately, so, and I can still feel it too. So, let me see. It's about, so like right here, even though you can't see it with the naked eye, I could feel the thermal presence of the frequency, or the sensor, or the light beam. I could feel the thermal presence of it all in here. It's coming like down at an angle like this, and it almost kind of like feels like it travels, like it loops and goes through things, and then somehow it ends up like right up in here in my sinuses. And it's like, I've been experiencing this for the last couple of days, and it feels like someone kind of like trailed like a little a tube or something through my nose, and it's going through the head and then through the brain and then through the skull, but it's coming inward this way. And it's like someone is pouring like hot sauce through the tube or something like that, and then the tube has little holes in it, so it's like burning all the way through, starting from the outside of the skull, going through the bone, through the parts of the brain, and then the end point is like the end insertion point is like basically burning like my sinuses or something like that. And it's not that I have sinus problems, because I can grab the frequency just like I have right now. The frequency is in between my thumb and my index finger. The reason why I know this is capable now more than ever is because I found several studies and devices by tech companies that are using ultrasound that are like basically amplified, with, well, the ultrasounds that have like amplified frequencies that have like more, I guess, energy behind the sound waves or something like that. And what's happening is, right, as I continue to hold it, I could feel the pulse of the frequency even more. So even though it's up here and I'm holding it, when I pull it away, it basically it trails. So it's like, as long as I hold it, it's still connected or inserted into the brain, and wherever the other end is, that's the part that I want to get into. Is like, I need to find where the other end is. Is it a satellite, or is it, I'm moving around way too much for it to be a cell tower, unless it's like kind of like pinging, because basically the brain is like an antenna. So it's like, I don't know if everywhere we go, I'm just like pinging off of different cell towers at different routers or whatever. Or maybe there's just so many electromagnetic, fields, especially in New York City, that no matter where I'm going, my natural bioelectric field is interacting with all these fields. So that's how they really can see and know where I'm going. They know that, like, if I'm trying to manually make myself happy, they can actually see it in the imaging, because my energy is constantly interacting with another electromagnetic field, one that's probably synthetic, from radio waves or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it's like, it's just real hot all in my sinuses, like my sinuses are being cooked. It's like they've been burning the hell out of my sinuses, and it's all coming from this one spot. Like the frequency inserts from here. Like, I've been really considering cutting my hair so then I could be able to try, different tactics when it comes to grounding, because I realize if you're truly trying to ground energy out of your body, whatever pieces that you're connecting to, it has to make contact with the skin. So, hair is dry. Yeah, you can see my hair is dry anyway. But yeah, every time I breathe out like that, all of the heat is not coming from my stomach. It's not coming from like my diaphragm or my lungs. It's coming from up here, because that's just how much heat is being concentrated inside of the skull. And it's like it just constantly feels like I don't know, like I was snorting wasabi peas or something like that, or like someone has I don't know, like it's almost as if like there's something. It's like I don't even know how to really explain it, because it's like, it's as if like, because if there's even an indent inside in my skull, like there's a dent exactly where the beam is at, where the frequency is at. There's a little divot. There's like a little dent right where the frequency is inserted at. I looked up ultrasound, like ultrasonic, or ultrasound. What is it called? Phased array ultrasound and ultrahaptics. So ultrahaptics, in short, is basically using ultrasound waves that are strong enough or powerful enough to basically interact with the nerves of of your body. So like with if you look up on YouTube, just look up ultrahaptics, and you'll see that they're using these, like they're like using phased array sensors that when all of the antennas or whatever the little parts are called are putting out sound waves. When you stick your hand over the haptics device, it basically can mimic and kind of like display your actual hand in real time on a screen or whatever. And then you can also be able to feel and make shapes. So let's say with ultra haptics, let's say if there was like a circle, right? And it created this image using like LEDs and ultrasound waves. So when you turn the machine on, you see this feel, right? But you can actually take your hand and actually touch and feel what feels like a sphere. But in actuality, it's literally ultrasound. It's literally sound waves that are hitting against the energy that's emitted from your hands. Well, she's so pretty. I'm looking at my girl. Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying everything that I can. Like I said, look up ultra haptics and also look up phased array ultrasound. And I'll get back to y'all on this because I'm still working on stuff. Take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.